Ever satisfying to watch someone everyone trusts and turns to first? That status was never an accident. Here is exactly how they built it. Every team has that one person. The one whose name comes up in every conversation when something breaks or when nobody knows the answer. Ask Sarah, they say. Or check with Dev, he'll know. It's not about seniority. It's rarely about job title. Some people just become the person everyone turns to, and the rest of the team can never quite explain why. Today, I want to break down exactly what these people do differently, because it's not raw talent. It's a set of habits anyone can build. Go-to experts don't cherry-pick the glamorous projects. They volunteer for the work nobody wants to touch. That legacy system migration everyone's been avoiding for 2 years? They dig into it. The client escalation that makes the whole team nervous? They step in before anyone asks them to. What this does over time is genuinely powerful. It builds a reputation for reliability under pressure. McKinsey research found that employees who consistently take on ambiguous, high-stakes work advance roughly 30% faster than peers who stick to well-defined tasks. But this isn't about being a hero or a martyr. It's about being willing to sit with discomfort long enough to actually find answers. Most people instinctively pull away from messy, undefined problems. Go-to experts move toward them, and that single difference reshapes how an entire team perceives them. Knowing something deeply is one skill. Explaining it so a new hire on their second week understands? That's a completely different ability. Go-to experts translate complexity into clarity without dumbing anything down. They don't hoard knowledge or hide behind jargon to sound impressive in front of leadership. Watch how they communicate in meetings. Instead of saying we need to refactor the microservice architecture to reduce latency, they say our system is getting tangled, let me show you which parts need untangling and why it matters for the customer. People naturally gravitate toward colleagues who make them feel smarter after a conversation, not dumber. If you've ever left someone's desk thinking, I finally get it, you were probably talking to a go-to expert. They strip away the noise and hand you exactly what you need to move forward. Trust isn't built in dramatic moments. It's built in small, repeated interactions over months and years. Go-to experts are remarkably consistent in how they show up. Their mood on a rough day doesn't change the quality of their help. Monday morning or Friday at 5, they bring the same level of genuine attention. This matters far more than most people realize. A brilliant colleague who's unpredictable, sometimes generous with their time, sometimes dismissive when they're stressed, will never become the go-to person. Because people need to feel safe before they'll ask for help. Google's Project Aristotle study, which analyzed hundreds of internal teams, found that psychological safety is the single strongest predictor of team performance. Go-to experts create that safety at a personal level. You always know what you'll get when you approach them. No eye rolls. No heavy sighs. No making you feel foolish for not knowing something. Just honest engagement with your problem. That kind of predictability is exactly what brings people back again and again. Most professionals understand their own role well enough to do good work. Go-to experts understand how their work connects to everything happening around it. They know enough about marketing to have a real conversation with that team. They understand enough about engineering to translate business requirements without losing critical context along the way. This cross-functional awareness is surprisingly rare and incredibly valuable in practice. At companies like Spotify and Google, internal research into their most effective individual contributors revealed something interesting. The most influential people weren't always the deepest specialists, they were the ones who bridged gaps between departments. They'd sit in a meeting and say, wait, the analytics team ran into this exact issue last quarter, let me connect you with them. That kind of dot connecting makes someone indispensable. Not because they know everything, but because they always seem to know where the right knowledge lives. Something subtle separates go-to experts from people who are simply smart at their jobs. They share what they learn without anyone prompting them to do it. They write up a quick guide after solving a tricky deployment issue. They drop a message in the team channel saying, "I figured out why the build keeps failing, posting the fix here for anyone who hits this next." They create documentation not because some process requires it, but because they remember what it felt like to be stuck with zero breadcrumbs. This generosity compounds quietly over time. Every guide they write, every shortcut they share, becomes a trail that others follow back to them. Eventually, their name becomes synonymous with helpfulness itself. People don't just respect their knowledge, they trust their character. And trust, on any team, is the ultimate currency you can earn. So here's one thing I want you to try before you close this video. Think about a problem on your team that everyone's been tiptoeing around for weeks. The thing people mention in hallway conversations but nobody actually owns. Write it down right now. Then tomorrow, carve out 30 minutes to dig into it, just 30 minutes. You don't need to solve the whole thing. Just understand it a little better than anyone else currently does. That's genuinely how it starts. One messy problem. One small act of curiosity that nobody asked you for. That's the seed of becoming the person everyone turns to. And once that reputation starts building, it feeds itself. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one. That's a wrap, thanks for watching. If this gave you one idea you can use today, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.